people, I came up with a bunch of quantitative stats about Stardew Valley, and M is going to compete against my chat in a game of higher lower using those stats. Let's get into it. For the stakes, if M beats you guys, you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You just have to. If you're not already, check just in case you're not. But if you guys end up beating M, then we're gonna replace all of my emotes in the Twitch chat with the faces of me on the Stardew Valley villagers that we did earlier this week, which will just be terrifying to look at. So those are the stakes. May the best team win. Welcome to the higher lower game Stardew Valley edition.
Woohoo!
So to explain how this is gonna work, first of all, here's an example one. So what you'll have to decide is the gold that you start with, is that number bigger, like higher or lower than 120? Okay? So how much gold do you start with?
500.
So you would say?
Higher.
Higher, exactly. And so then we'll take a look, and that is correct, and you would get 1 point for that.
Yeah.
So, question number 1 officially, is the gold that you start with higher or lower than the number of golden walnuts?
So do I wait for them to be done?
No, you can go ahead and answer right now.
Golden walnuts is lower.
Okay, official answer?
Lower.
Lower. M locks it in. All right, you guys got it though also. That's an easy, that's a freebie, 130. Hey, you guys gotta answer quicker than that though.
They probably have stream lag.
They probably do.
Be nice to them.
They do, but I don't want to give them too much time, all right?
I know.
So that is that one. Let's move on to the next question. The number of hit points of a ghost, is that higher or lower than 130?
Lower.
Lower. Okay, M thinks lower. She's locking it in. The chat also seems to be thinking lower. We'll lock their answers in. A ghost has 96 hit points.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. That was a little tricky, right?
That one I second guessed myself very hard.
All right, next question. Energy that basic cheese gives. Higher
Basic cheese?
Basic cheese energy. What do you think?
Higher.
Okay.
Higher, I think.
Final answer?
Yeah.
M thinks higher. Higher is correct. Very nice. And the
cheese.
chat also got that one. 10-3. Jeez. All right, you guys are. Everyone's killing it. No one's gotten them wrong yet. These are still what I would consider to be the easier questions, though. So, next question. Days in a year. Higher or lower?
Lower.
Final answer?
Lower.
And M is correct. There's only 112 days in a Stardew Valley year, not 365, because there's 28 in a season. Next up, days in a year 112 versus the number of casks that can fit inside of a basement.
Higher.
You think higher?
Yeah.
Okay. And the answer? 189. It is higher indeed.
Woo!
Brandigan gave me that question, actually, and the funny part was I knew that. I knew that number.
I was like, we have a lot. I think it's more than 112.
Yeah, it was a lot. Still tied up. Everyone is killing it. Chat and M alike. All right, our next one. Are there more or less items in the furniture catalog than casks can fit inside of a basement?
189 is kind of a big number, but there is a lot of stuff in this game. That's my thinking process. So I think that there's more items.
Higher thinks M. Okay, chat a little bit more split on this one, but more people still thinking higher. So both M and the chat going with higher, and let's find out. 243.
It's pretty close.
It is. I counted those by hand.
Oh my gosh.
It was not fun. So, very nice. 243. Jeez, everyone's undefeated. Okay, your next one. Items in the furniture catalog versus the number of seconds that a spicy eel buff lasts for.
I think it has to be lower. Well, unless it's like 5 minutes, but I don't think it's that long.
M thinks lower, but the chat thinks higher.
Oh, it's our first split.
Our first divisive split.
Oh, they are super on the higher.
And they were super on the higher.
90%. I never eat spicy eel.
Oh no, what's it gonna be? Okay, higher or lower than 243? 420. Oh, it's such a long one.
I never eat it.
It's 7 minutes. Chat takes the lead for the first time. A score of 7-6, probably. Cool. All right, next up, tillable tiles on the island farm.
Stop.
Versus seconds of spicy eel buff last. What do you think?
It's like when you said how many tiles are there in a shed or whatever.
It was in Leah's cottage.
In Leah's cottage, and everyone got super mad.
But I knew this. I knew this from my one video I did.
I'm thinking higher. Yeah, higher. Lock it in.
Lock it in. She thinks higher, and so does the Twitch chat. What's your number? What do you think?
I don't know, like 600?
600? Okay. Another weird one that I knew. 878.
Way more than I thought.
That is not listed anywhere, but it is in my video that I did a long time ago, and assuming I was right then, it's 878. Next one. Tillable tiles on the island farm versus minutes it takes cloth to process in the loom. Yeah, this is a weird one, right? Do you even know how to make like cloth? I didn't even know.
Yeah,
for a
I
long
make
time.
cloth a lot because I like to make clothes.
Uh-huh.
So it's definitely. Oh wait.
You go ahead,
lower.
yeah.
I think lower for sure. It doesn't even take like. You're saying 800 minutes?
Yeah, which is like a day.
It definitely doesn't take a full day. It doesn't take a full day to make cloth.
Okay, M's locking in.
Lower.
Jeez, everyone knows lower?
Yeah.
That is lower. It's 240.
Yeah,
Dude, I would have thought that was like a multi-day task.
No.
I have not made a single piece of cloth in all of my Stardew time. I don't care about clothes. I don't care about like the loom. Like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know. You should see my dresser. How many items of clothing I have?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I know before 1.5 came out and you were just looking for stuff to do on the end game farm.
Yeah.
You were like grinding clothing for a while,
Yeah, it
like
was
just
fun.
collecting.
It was so fun.
Yeah, very nice.
Highly recommend.
All right, cool. That's a point for both. Okay, here we go. This is supposed to say energy. I'm sorry. Let me run this back. This is supposed to be how much energy a sweet gem berry heals. Higher or lower than 240?
Okay, here's my thought. It should be a lot, probably, considering how annoying it is to get a sweet gem berry. Is it higher than 240? 240 is high for health, for energy. 240 is high for energy. Lower.
All right, you and the chat both saying lower. How confident are you in this?
Not confident.
Well, you should be because you can't eat sweet gem berries.
Oh, cool,
You can't eat them.
No wonder I've never eaten one.
Yeah, it literally didn't matter if it said health or energy. I don't even know if that was a typo. I think I don't know.
Okay.
Everyone gets a point. Yay, 0.
Yay.
Oh my god. I was just hoping to confuse some people, including you. You were a little confused
I
for a
was
second.
confused. I thought you could eat them.
I was trying to troll. Okay, so this next one's free then. We won't even vote because it's higher or lower than 0. So for funsies, how much gold does a movie ticket cost?
1,000.
1,000 easy. M already knows
I've
it.
been to the movie
It is
theater
1,000.
4 times this winter.
She's going for the friendship and she's grinding right now. So yeah, definitely higher. Okay, let's run it again. Gold a movie ticket cost is 1,000. So higher or lower, maximum friendship points that you can get with Pam.
I don't know anything about friendship points. This is like a speed runner kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like when you were doing speed runs, you could get like 200 points for like giving someone a gift on their birthday, and that was not like a heart's worth. So then I'm like, well, it's got to be higher. I think higher.
You think higher?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll find out. The chat also thinks higher.
Okay, good.
It is 2,500. It's
Okay.
It's 250 per heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
very nice. Next round of higher lower. Days since Stardew Valley has come out. Is that more or less than 2,500?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close because if you think about it, how many years was it? I don't know.
What do
like
you think?
4 years, 4 times
So what is that?
300. It's like, I don't know. So lower.
M thinks lower, final answer?
I think lower.
M thinks lower. And the chat, by 1 vote, thinks higher. It's lower.
Oh my gosh, I knew it was gonna be close.
Yeah, it came out in like 2015 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's actually been like 6 years.
Oh man.
So you were
I
actually a
got
little
lucky.
off. But yeah.
I got lucky.
And you also just multiplied by 300, which like over the course of 6 years.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
why.
like you would have been a year short with
Right.
that math, right?
Yeah,
Like it's,
but I knew
it's crazy.
that's why I said I thought it would be close. Even
It's
though I
okay.
was
Yeah.
only- yeah.
It's okay. Your guessing, your rounding was good. So that's 10 to 10 now. Next one. Days since Stardew Valley came out versus the number of hours that Haboo has played.
No. I mean, the man plays a lot. He plays a lot. I've been watching his streams more lately, because, yeah, and he streams for like multiple hours on Stardew only, like 3 times a week. So, lower.
M thinks lower than 2,000. For reference, I have 560 hours. Walgug has like 500 hours.
2,000 is a lot.
2,000 is a lot of hours, right? Like professional, like competitive esports players have like 4,000 hours in their game, right? Like Rocket League pros are like 5,000 hours.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
he's a little nerd. But he's really good at Stardew,
He's
so I
really
guess that
good.
makes sense. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. I mean, I have 4,300 hours in Halo, I think, at least. So like, I could definitely understand having that much in a game, but yeah. And you know how I know this? I was just talking to him recently, and he has 4,300 hours, but has streamed 4,000 of them. He's streamed all but 300 hours of his
Wow.
Stardew Valley. Yeah, shout out Haboo for his 4,300 hours. Okay, we're continuing. Our next question. 4,300 hours versus the gold that the mermaid's pendant costs.
Seems like a lot for a necklace. Higher.
Em says higher at the last second. Oh, I forgot also, I didn't update the score of chat. I'm sure someone was spamming that. Let me do that, because you went down by 1 here. The chat says higher, 26-2. And whenever there's that much of a commanding difference, Em knows that her fate is sealed. It is higher. It is 5,000.
Yeah. I was thinking, that's too much for a necklace, but then also could have easily been like 5 or
You've only
10K.
been married once. How are you supposed to know?
True.
You've only bought that one time.
I know.
It was years ago.
It was for Shane.
It was for Shane, of course. All right, next up, 5,000 versus the cost of the most expensive item from the traveling cart.
I feel like it's the rare seed, but I don't know how much that costs. I feel like it's like 3K. Like I don't think it's more than 5K. So I'm gonna go lower. Oh, what if the rare seed's like 10K? It's impossible. No, maybe it's like 1. I don't remember. I think it's lower.
Em thinks lower?
Lower.
The chat also thinks lower. Let's find out. 19-4. But you guys both forgot about the peach sapling and the pomegranate sapling for 7,500.
Oh my gosh, that's overpriced.
Dang, that was your chance to come back a little bit. Oh man, so I forgot to update the score from the last one, so it's 11-12. But no one got a point there. Yeah, so the proud of you guys, the Marines in the chat, 4 of you got that right. Congratulations. Woo! If you knew that. 7,500. They do sell those. I think they sell a lot of stuff. Like, I think they sell every item in the game, actually.
Oh.
Next up is 7,500 versus the number of digits that there are in a game file's seed.
I don't even know what this is or what this means.
That's
7,500 is a big number, so I'm gonna go lower.
Em's going lower just because 7,500 is a big number.
I don't know what that means at all.
Alright, I tricked 5 people in the chat. It is literally just the 9-digit number.
Okay, that's what I said. I was like, what?
I was like, maybe if I compare that to like a big number, then they'll think that it's like some ridiculous line of code that's like, 2 billion characters long or something.
You did confuse me because I was like, now I don't know what this is.
Nice.
But, yeah.
I sowed doubt, but it wasn't enough to convince you.
Yeah.
Okay. 12-13, not 132. There we go. 12-13. Chat is still winning by 1 right now. Very good performance, everybody. Next up, digits there are in a seed versus the number of barn and coop animals. Just
like 1 of each? Like
so,
you're just counting how many there are?
No, this is like brown cow and white cow count as separate. Okay.
I'm gonna say higher because I feel like if just like thinking about how many spaces you could fit in the coop and barn,
okay.
Whatever. I'm just gonna say higher.
Okay. Yeah, that's an easy one. I didn't know how to work that into the rest of this. Yeah, it's 18.
Okay, yeah.
It's 18. Good job. Good job, everyone. It is 18. There's 5 variations of chicken. Yeah. Isn't that wild?
And the dinosaur and the ostrich.
Hey, here's a good thing that's going to come out of this question, even though it's super easy. Here's my call to action. I want a rainbow chicken mod. It's not hard to make those sprites, and I just need someone to make that happen, okay? Just when you buy a chicken, maybe instead of 50% chance white, 50% chance brown, maybe there's just a whole bunch of colors. This is my call to action. If you can't tell this is a call to action, look at my hands and Em's hands.
Anyway, keep it going.
Okay, next. The number of barn and coop animals versus the total number of professions. How many professions are there?
I think, there's a lot. There's I don't even remember how many skills there are. It's 5 or something. Then there's 4 professions per skill. You can go like this, right?
Okay.
So that's a lot. So higher.
Okay. She's not going to do the math, but it is a lot. Let's find out. Chat also said higher by a substantial margin. There are 30 professions in total. You're good. Okay, our next one. Total number of professions is 30. Maximum inches long a tuna can be.
I was like, a tuna can? Do they have
a tuna can
cans in this game?
Maximum inches long a tuna can be.
Those are big fish, I think. Higher.
Wow, higher. I would have said lower. And that would have made me the only incorrect person in this entire area because it's 61.
Woo!
Yeah, right?
That's
it's a big baby.
The same height as me.
It's a big boy.
I'm 2 inches taller.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Weird flex. It's 15-16. Chat's still up by 1. It's neck and neck. You guys are getting every one, so it's not that like suspenseful, but also it is neck and neck, and you guys can blow it at the end. So, our next question. Hours that it takes to make wine in a keg.
Is it the same for all?
Yes.
Okay.
To make wine in a keg, yeah.
Wine in a keg. 61 hours? Like game hours? So that's like what, like 12 times 3, 4, 5.
It's like
5
2.5 days.
Higher?
Final answer?
Higher.
Higher. She says higher. And the chat also votes for higher, dude. Unbelievable. You guys are crazy. It is, in fact, higher. It's 167 hours. I didn't think it was that long. I'm not updating the score after this unless it changes. Okay, it's 16 to 17.
You're doing great.
Until someone like gets a point differential.
It's definitely accurate. Just
yeah,
keep going.
well now I'm like making a conscious decision. I'm not updating the score anymore. Okay. It's gonna be 16 to 17 for a while. Tillable greenhouse tiles. There's 120 of them. Is that more or less than hours Jade takes in the crystallarium? Oopsie.
I don't think Jade takes that long. Well, at least comparatively to Diamond. Diamond takes so long. I'm gonna go lower because I think Jade takes like 3 days at most.
Okay. Let's see. Chat also votes lower. It's lower. It's only 40. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 2 days, I guess.
It was like 2 days. Dang. All right. Very
Easy.
nice. And the score is 16 to 17. Next, hours Jade takes in the crystallarium versus the diameter of the deluxe scarecrow.
Deluxe?
The deluxe scarecrow.
I don't know the difference. Lower? Lower.
Is that M's final answer right now? M thinks lower. Oh, and it's tied just about. The chat votes higher on the last one,
man.
and M thought lower for the diameter of the deluxe scarecrow. This could be it. If they're right, you lose. There's not enough left. This is like one of the last ones.
Yes, that's what I thought it was.
32 M.
That was
Oh
like
my
16,
gosh.
16.
Yes, it's 16. Let's go. Oh,
Yes.
chat. I did not expect them to fall on that question.
Woo.
Oh my gosh. Now I actually have to change the score. Okay, higher or lower. The diameter of the deluxe scarecrow versus the number of forageable items. Forageable being defined by when you like hover over it with the mouse, it has the plus symbol and you right click and it goes whoop.
Uh-huh.
That's forageable.
Hey, 32 is a lot. If you think about per season, there's like what, like 4? So that's 12 per season. Maybe give or take like 3. I don't know. But then you got all the mine stuff, which is a considerable amount. And then you got like coconuts. I want to go higher.
Ooh.
Higher.
And the chat's also going higher. I think I would have gone lower on this one, but that would have made me wrong. There's 35
Nice.
forageables in total. Very
Good job,
nice.
Guys. We got that right
Nice.
together.
Yeah. Stop, you're not on their team.
Sorry.
Don't hype them up, they're the enemy. Forageable items versus possible things that you can get out of an omni geode.
Oh man, this is gonna be a total guess. Okay. That's okay though. I do like cracking open geodes, so maybe that gives me an advantage. I love donating stuff to the museum. We did that really fast.
We did.
We did. There's a lot of stuff in the museum, like a lot, so I'm gonna go higher.
All right, M goes higher. The chat also goes higher. It's 55. It's significantly higher. Wow. I'm getting nervous because I'm running out of questions.
Who knew you were gonna be the one getting nervous here?
Yeah, right? Okay. Possible things from an Omni Geode versus crit power of the Iridium Needle.
I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know what
That's
that
what I'm
is.
hoping for.
That seems like it would be bad, like a bad weapon, but the crit power bonus seems like a lot. Higher.
M thinks higher, and so does the chat. Very interesting. The Iridium Needle is known for its critical strike chance and critical strike power. It's 200.
Whoa.
Yeah, like critical power is its own stat, so that's plus 200. Crit power of the Iridium Needle versus the base experience that you get for catching the legend. They're getting hard. They're getting very hard. Level 1 fishing is 100 XP.
But the legend is a legendary fish, which would, you'd probably get a lot of experience for catching.
I love that face. It's the thinking face.
Lower.
M thinks lower, and the chat thinks higher.
Oh my gosh. This is the end.
This is like the second or third to last one. This might be what determines the game right now.
Are there other harder ones?
Nope, this is the hardest.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything.
M thinks lower, chat thinks higher. It's lower! Yes, M! Yes! Oh my god, 195 experience, dude.
Woo!
Oh my god. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Big fish energy, baby. Okay, there's not a lot left. Base experience you get for catching the legend versus craftable items. How many possible items are there that you can craft? Is it more or less than 195?
I mean, you can buy recipes from Robin to craft stuff, and then you have all your own stuff you can craft. But I don't think it's like that many. I don't think it's that many. I'm going lower. Lower.
M thinks lower. And the chat also thinks lower. It's 130.
Oh.
It's still a lot though,
I
right?
would've
It's
said,
lower,
like, 80.
but it is still a lot.
Yeah.
But are there more cookable dishes than there are craftable items?
I feel like
that is the question.
I feel like I have no reference for this now because the craftable items seemed like a little. That was 130? Cookable dishes feels like a lot because we've just been trying to get all the cooked dishes and it's very hard.
Nice sound.
Higher. I'm going higher.
M thinks higher and the chat thinks lower.
No.
What's it gonna be? It's lower! Oh, the chat
Where are you
ties
getting
it up!
these craftable items from?
All over the place, what do you mean? Cookable dishes versus the percent chance that a golden scythe gives hay while cutting grass. So if that's like a 10% chance, that number is 10.
I don't even have a golden scythe.
I think you do.
I don't. I don't.
And we're on year 5.
I never went and got it. I tried to get it like around year 2 or 3 and then I almost died and then I felt sad and I never told you. So then I just never got it. I was like, I don't want to deal with this stress in my life. Lower.
M thinks lower. The chat thinks lower. And you're both correct. It's 75. Woo! I thought maybe some people might think it's 100. 100% chance.
I thought it for a second. I did.
Yeah, 75. Chance a golden scythe gives hay while cutting grass versus a sturgeon difficulty. So that is every fish, like game code wise, has a difficulty number. So like the highest a normal fish goes is 100. Legend is 130 for reference.
Okay, sturgeons are kind of annoying, but I know other fish that are more annoying. Lower, I'm going lower.
M thinks lower, and the chat thinks higher.
Oh no, by a lot!
By a lot!
By a lot, I didn't think they were that hard.
They're a hard fish, but are they 75 hard?
I didn't think they were that hard.
And the answer is 78.
You guys didn't know that.
The chat pulls ahead.
Oh, Eater said it.
Eater knew that though, okay.
Dang it.
Yeah, oh my goodness. You still have a chance, but we're getting there. Chat's up 19 to 18, and we continue. The number of obtainable weapons.
It's like physically painful at this point.
The number of obtainable weapons. Are there more or less than 78
I didn't
weapons?
know the answer to like the last 10 questions.
I saved the hard ones for the end. Come on, Em, you can do this.
My brain's gonna explode. Higher.
And the chat thinks lower by a lot.
By a lot.
No, it's a combat-based question.
I don't know anything about combat.
I know you don't. It's 50. Oh. No, not 50. Oh my
It's the
gosh.
end. It's the end.
The chat goes up by 2. No.
Is it over?
I don't think yet. Number of obtainable weapons versus number of hats. You have a chance. There's at least 2 more, and they're hard. Number of obtainable weapons or hats. You said you're not a fighter, but you are a hatter.
I am a hatter. I think higher.
M thinks higher. The chat thinks higher.
Ugh.
And the answer is lower.
No.
That was your chance. They faltered.
They did.
There's only 30
They
hats.
both faltered.
I knew that from making a hats guide. How like that's just another weird one that I knew.
Yeah.
But oh, Em, that was your chance to bring it back. Oh no. This is the last question. Unfortunately, number of hats versus number of NPCs. Are there more or less than 30 NPCs? What do you think?
There's a lot of NPCs. Are we counting like the ones you can't give friendship to?
Yes.
Higher.
M thinks higher, as does the chat. And our final answer is higher. There's 45.
That's a lot.
45 of them.
Lots of NPCs.
M, you lost.
I did.
Unfortunately, you did lose.
I did lose.
18 to 20.
Well done, guys.
You guys did really good. You did really good. And so
Thank
did the
you,
Twitch
thank
chat
you.
too. We almost had a couple more chances to get ahead, but they barely got the right answer. So
It was a good fight. We had a lot of back and forth.
that's right. We are back, and we have put all of my face on the Stardew Valley villagers as emotes in the chat, and look how beautiful they are right here for the next week. This is my life. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, good lord.